And we're live. Good morning. It is I, Joseph, with a Z. And he's James, with also a Z. And we're procrastination and productivity with two Z's. Welcome. We're a couple of sleepyheads with their Z's, and we're looking to be productive with no Z's.
Nice. This is season 2, episode 46. Thanks for jumping in on this action that we got going on.
Getting actionated. You did it. You started the journey. This is the first step. The next step, we'll figure that out.
It's getting
together.
out of this step.
Yeah, that's the next step. Either up or down. All right, James, if that is your real name.
Uh-huh. Yes, is there a question embedded in this?
There's. I mean, when you interviewed, you said there were 3 Z's in your name, but I'm just worried that maybe you didn't have that many Z's. How was your week, James, with 3 Z's?
Well, my week very similar to 3 Z's.
It's not what I heard. I heard that you've been freaking going ham on some dinkum. I've heard you've been very busy in dinkum.
Yes, I have been very busy on playing dinkum. That's for sure.
And what is dinkum for those who don't know?
Well, it's kind of like Stardew Valley meets. Well, no, it's more like Animal Crossing, actually.
I loved Animal Crossing.
And but multiplayer. So my wife.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is
it.
it not Australian Animal Crossing?
Yes, it is Australian Animal Crossing.
Okay.
We have NPCs like Irwin, who happens to be a little pet animal salesman.
Okay.
Giving props to Steve Irwin from the animal or crocodile hunter. We got stuff like that.
So, as you were describing Irwin, I imagined. So here's the thing, right? Animal Crossing, everybody's animals. When you said Irwin, I was really cringing and hoping they did not make him a stingray.
Oh, they would never do that.
Good. I'm glad, because I was like,
no, this is all in good taste, not
good.
Your taste.
Hey, that's not my taste.
Okay,
that's
good.
Uncouth.
No, Irwin's a blonde-haired human.
Okay, so they have humans. That's good to know.
Yeah, it's all humans. And the animals you kill, or you can. So these nice, happy little jumping kangaroos, you just spear them or trap them and throw them in some research thing. But it's all in a nice
above
way.
board. It's all in a nice way. Okay.
Yeah. There's alligators. You gotta you gotta worry. You can die pretty
Yeah.
easily sometimes.
The game
No,
I've
it's a
been
pretty good game.
hooked on this week
Core
has been,
Keeper.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that game is so good.
Yeah, I just forgot about it.
Yeah,
So until I keep seeing you play it, and I'm like, oh, gotta be some longevity in this one here. Joe's
there
playing it.
is, there is. I'm playing it with a couple of friends, which makes it even better.
Yeah.
It's been fun. All right, beyond Dinkum, beyond Core Keeper, what have we accomplished this week, James? What have we?
Not a
What
whole
have we,
lot, Joe. I mean, my
let's.
Thursday was going to be my day, and it turned into, oh, well, can you go drive your daughter to an appointment at like 11:30? Into after that, we decided to watch a movie, and so she'd never seen kind of like classic movies. I'm trying to get her all into, so I forced her into Raiders of the Lost Ark. So can't. mm, Probably gonna go through that, and then we watched Rambo a week before that. There's some, things that you should probably have references to in movies because they'll refer to things. So you gotta have some of these in your repertoire. Um, into just I'm like in 100% life mode right now. It's so much. In fact, it's just been so on my mind to just be like a family man instead of trying so hard to do anything. I don't know. It's really on my mind. It's like, oh, well, could just be a
Yeah,
good dad and husband too, couldn't you? I mean, is there any real reason why I have to do anything?
yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
the
Starting to
only
think that.
there was a quote that that says something like the only person who remembers how long you put into your other stuff is your family members. Like the only person that knows how hard you really work is your family members because you're not like spending time with them. Um, and so I think there is a certain level of truth to that, where it's like there is a world where you're just focusing on family and life and that type of stuff, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think I think it should be asked. Um,
And then I asked myself, well, is that just because you've done diddly poo? So it's easy to think that, you know? But, you know, would things just change in a week, when you get a little bit of actual separation between that and I don't know. I'm torn over it. I did draw a little bit though.
nice.
Yeah, I mean, my daughter opened up some art pads and just started some rando sketching because, yeah, I was just, while I was waiting for her at the doctor's office, I was just sitting out in my car and and for some reason I could just the things that I was actually imagining in my mind, I could actually start to see and control and shape. And I was like, huh, if I
That's
could
awesome.
draw that, it'd be nice.
I challenge you to start like thinking about things in your head like that as like contours and lines.
Well, I mean, I was seeing everything from the shading to the, I mean, it was all
Oh, okay.
perfect. It was like, wow, if I could just get a pen. And when I tried to do it at home, the lighting threw me off because when I was in the car, it was very bright. You know, the sun was all doing what it does,
Yeah.
and so I feel like if I had a bright environment, I could probably mimic what I was doing in my mind's eye. I want to
Someplace,
attempt it again
yeah, maybe
because
like outside under a tree that you've trimmed.
yeah, but it's not really like bright and sunny a lot lately. But yes, something like that might be something to try.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it wasn't going entirely bad either when I couldn't do what I was doing. It was going okay.
Yeah, drawing is fun, and you're gonna. So here's the thing with drawing: it's like sometimes you're like, "Holy shit!" Excuse my language. I gotta make sure to get at least one in there. Holy snaps! I love what I'm drawing, and then you're like, okay, and then you get better at like visual drawing, like mentally seeing things, and you start drawing something and it just looks terrible, and then you get better like with your hands and like how you want to draw things, and then it starts looking good again. It's like a cycle of, so if you start to be like, oh, I don't like what I'm drawing, you probably your visual acuity's gotten better, but your dexterity and like how to draw things hasn't caught up yet.
No, I the dexterity's there. Like I don't have any problem with you know my anything when it comes to pen control or any of
Yeah,
that.
maybe dexterity is a bad. It's it's knowledge to know how to draw something in the way that you're trying to. But again, this is it might not even apply to you. It's just something to watch out for because I don't want you to get discouraged when you look at your drawing and you're like, wait, what the heck? Why did I like my drawings before and now I can't draw anything I like? Because I go through phases of that. So, about your week, Thursday, you took your daughter to an appointment, and then you watched a movie. Was the day kind of just shot after that, and you just took it to?
Yeah, you know, once I get in my head that it's like, oh yeah, I want to have the whole day. Like anything ruins it. And it's like just I should just not have that happen, but so well, I mean each day I tried to find my writing first of all, and I couldn't do it. It's like there's a reconstructed like saved version because I had a power outage a while back, This, like, I don't know, not this week, but the week prior, I think. So there's like this reconstructed file, but it doesn't have the piece that I worked on. It's like in the list, but it's not there. So I've been searching all on various locations trying to find the main file, hoping that it exists, and I couldn't do it yet. I'm hoping that it's on some kind of thumb drive or something. So that was really discouraging. Each day I tried to find it. I couldn't find it. And so that's just another blow. So each time I tried to do something, it just sucked. So I may have a printout of it, and I might be able to just retype it from that.
Mm-hmm.
But my printer was having problems at that time, and I didn't have a new. So half of the printout, I think, is either really dim or not there.
Oh.
So there's all
Jeez.
sorts of. I know, it's like compounding. Like, it's like no matter which way I turn, there's an issue. And so it's been so easy, Joe, just to go, you know what? I've been thinking this like all week. I was thinking, why can't I just get on and just say, this is my last episode. I don't think I'm worth having around. Like, go interview somebody else.
James, you are always worth having around.
I don't know, man. Failure.
Your hardships do not define you. So, yeah, life is going to get in the way. Life is going to be mean to you. I don't think if you're going to stop like working on things and that type of stuff, it shouldn't be because it's hard. It should be because you've evaluated your life and you've decided, hey, look, to me, family's way more important than trying to chase whatever I'm chasing here. And I'm going to focus on that instead. Or there's other things that I want to focus on instead. Like, to me, that's a very valid reason. Because it got hard? No, that's not a very good reason.
Right. Well, I have to evaluate whether or not that's the reason. Because, I watch all these, like, outdoor shows, like, where people are out in the wild. And they can return home at any moment, But they want to stay out for whatever reason, And a lot of them we always make fun of them because they're just like, oh, my family, some people after like 2 days, they're like, oh, I just miss my family,
If only there was some way.
I know. So we always make fun of them. We're like, these people are they just want out no matter what. I mean, you can't possibly miss your family that bad in 2 days,
Mm-hmm.
And some of these, you win $500,000 if you're like the last one out, like in a loan, right?
Right.
And so, Heather's like, dude, if you ever came back for your family, you wouldn't have a family, And I'm like the same way. You're making fun of all these people, and I'm like, you know what? They just want out of the situation because they're starving. They don't know how to handle fasting, or something, and they just want to eat, and they just want out of the crap. And so it's like, oh, I miss my, they latch on to this idea, the thing that's okay, And I'm looking at myself and I'm going, you know what? Am I doing the exact same damn thing? Am I just in the crap right now? And I'm latching on. I'm like, oh, but it's okay because family, And
Right.
So I look back and I think that I'm like, well, it can't be real. I can't just really be evaluating that. It's got to be I'm on the island right now and I'm struggling. and I'm latching out to the one thing I have that's good in my life, and I'm lying to myself that I just can't handle it, and I've got a, oh, what if?
My family.
I know, it's like whatever, dude. Your 1-year-old is not going to remember you weren't there for their birthday.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just the reality of it. They're not going to
Yeah.
care. However, if you have $500,000 when you come home, you can interact with their birthday a lot better, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So yeah, that's where I'm coming from. It's like, I want to just say, I should just be better father and better husband and not be thinking and having my mind separated in all these different avenues and just focus and just have fun and live my life. Yeah, and that's valid.
Yeah.
But I also am a stubborn bastard and I don't want to go out. I feel like in that way. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
no, why can't I do them both? Why can't I do this? Other people
Yeah.
have families in their life and they've still done things in their life. So that's where I'm at, Joe. I've had a really crappy week. I've probably thought 30 times about how it was just not even come on, you know? And even today I'm like, if he's not on Discord, I'm not gonna wake him up this time. Just sleep,
Look at that.
you know?
And this is the one week where I'm like, hey, what's up,
I
James?
know!
Hi, James.
Why
What's
were
up?
you awake?
I mean, who knows? Who knows why I'm awake?
Okay, so yeah, that's my week.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
Well,
Let's
let's
transition to success now and turn to you. Please
hold
tell me you
hold
had a
on.
good week.
Hold on. We're not done with your week
Okay,
yet.
fine.
I want to discuss a few things. Now, I'm going to go under the assumption that James with 3 Z's does want to continue, will reevaluate and see that it is valuable to continue. And I'm going to be speaking as though from that place. So here's the thing. I don't have any valuable information, but
What
I
else
have
is new,
been
Joe?
exactly. It's Joe with 4 Z's.
Ugh.
Um,
No, I need to hear this. I'm sure. I'm excited.
yeah. Can't
Please.
wait to slap you down. No. So so on Thursday, right? You are living the life of the artist. You are the writer or the photographer, right?
Yeah, until anything comes my way.
Here's the thing, right? Here's the
Yeah,
thing. If
it
you're
was
a
sprung
writer,
on me.
if you're a writer or photographer,
Yeah.
doesn't change the fact that you still have to go to doctor's appointments. It doesn't change the fact that you have errands to run. It's how I would say it's a truer test
Right.
of your artist life if things do get sprung upon you and you persist.
Yeah, well, in the beginning, don't you want perfection? Don't you want like the perfect day? Don't you want just like
You do
a
want those
day is
things, but
separated and no one's bugging you and
oh
you can
yeah,
just get it all right in your head? Like one
I
day where you
get
don't
it.
have to deal with that?
I get it. But
That's all I wanted.
as the artist, you're still gonna have these things. You must persist. We're not looking for perfection. We're looking for persistence.
Well, can I have perfection in my day at least?
Nope.
Leave me alone.
Not all the time.
Uh, I'm- You're probably right. it's probably going to be very vastly different in the amount of days that are perfectly left alone and the amount of days that have crap happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially if you're not working 40 hours a week, your time is going to be spent doing these errands and that type of thing. You'll end up probably being the errand person more often than not. And it's how you fit
That
your
is true.
life in around that. Your work, your creation.
You know what's the worst about all this?
What's that?
Is now the things you say are not all irrelevant.
That is pretty terrible. Wait, why?
I know.
Why are they not irrelevant, James? Why can't you just dismiss me today?
Yeah. You're right. You're right. I have had it twisted in my mind. I thought, I'll make myself have a perfect day, get it all straight, and then from that I'll spawn my perfect moments to other days. Instead, it's like, no, I need to take my crappy random life and spew into it, some pockets of creativity and
Yeah.
drive. Eh.
And I don't
Man,
think
it
you
just
should
takes more
stop-
self-control and more planning and
We have to put our try hard pants on, James.
try hard pants. Yeah.
Like, I got to put my try hard pants on too, because I did great on Monday. My Monday was great, and I really like not doing any video games on Monday. I didn't do any video games. I was bored, but I was very creative. I got a lot done on the art piece. I got a background done, like a full background. It looks good. I love it. It gave me the idea of like what the story is behind my character.
Yeah, so we had a conversation after the recording where
Oh yeah.
and that kind of spawned a little bit of
Boredom.
boredom.
I wrote it down.
And so the general gist for those who weren't in that conversation
Which
was
is
that was everyone was that I said to Joe that he needs to allow himself to become bored in the day that he is the artist, so that the artist can expand basically what you reach out for as the artist. And so, yeah, please tell us how that went.
Yeah, so there's a few things I want to touch on that really striked me during that conversation, which led me to giving it a shot. And it was our brains naturally look towards stimulation, and being bored is like our greatest enemy. And as such, that's why doom scrolling's a well, I don't think that's entirely why doom scrolling's a thing, but that's why you start doom scrolling. And why video games are so fun and distracting. It's because you don't want to be bored. And so, but there's a lot of value in being bored. You think about things, you process, some creativity comes from being bored. And so it's by distracting yourself all the time, you lose a lot of that. And I think one day a week at least, I think it's worth being bored, not being distracted. And so what I did is, what I think I'm going to continue doing is I'm gonna work on my illustration until I just like, okay, I'm done with my illustration, and then go sit somewhere, either with a notebook, pencil, an eraser, just drawing, or without those things, and think about what I want to do artistically for the rest of the day. And or like what my next artistic thing I want to do is like, do I want to water paint? Do I want to paint with acrylics? Do I want to draw? Like where's my next thing? And just kind of let the day go in that way.
And you did that,
Yes.
right?
Yes, I did. I did do
So,
that.
how did that go?
It was rewarding. It was rewarding having ideas because I didn't do any like water paints or acrylics, but I did just do a lot of drawing in my notebook. And it was really satisfying to actually like put pencil to paper and just go to town. And it was nice being bored and having that, like, it was a lot easier to do the things I wanted to do, which was drawing. I did have to catch myself a couple of times trying to distract myself with the new Pokemon mobile game. The TCG
There's a new one. Is that why people have been playing it? I'm like, wow, I didn't realize people were still playing that much.
No, it's new and it's good.
Nice.
But yeah, it's been a very good process. I really like it. I'm excited for today because today's another day of that. And so
oh yeah, today's Monday.
Should be a hoot.
Nice.
It's Monday. It should be a hoot. I'm hoping to get even more done in my on my illustration. Or I will get more done on my illustration. And then, because man, I got so much done last week. So much done. Like,
so then
making
the day was
dedicated.
A success.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Having and I do want to talk about the stuff I did do during that week or that day too. Like, I went through the process. Like, I actually sat there, watched the video, went through the process, wrote it all down because I was going to try a new process. And after doing that, I realized I didn't like the process. And so I watched another video about somebody else's process, and it was fine. It is what it did help me realize that I just need to make up my own process because there are things that are important to me. And so I just started working on my own process, which is like drawing or sketch, line art, sketch, and then like a couple of different. I like doing a couple different line arts to kind of really solidify the shapes. Like going over my lines over and over because I really feel like there's a lot of like subtlety that you can have with lines that really make them pop. And then from there into background, because I feel like background is important to lighting the character. And you touched on this in a text I got a text from you touching on how the background is important for the lighting. And yes, that is very important. And I think that's where I want to be, because the background really dictates the lighting of the character. And it's hard to color a character and even do any sort of coloring for the character without the background, because that's the tone. It sets the tone of the piece altogether. Like, is it bright out? Is it dark out? You know, those types of things. But yeah, basically that's my process, is going from character backwards to forwards.
So then, you have experimented with trying your best to set apart the day and then allowing yourself to be in that mode and not to get distracted, but to actually feel the boredom sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So then, in the context of still being the artist, the boredom will help fuel your next.
Yeah.
And so it
Creative
is
endeavor.
actually working in that way.
Oh yeah, it works wonderfully. Like you have to stop yourself from getting bored. Like it may be a thing where you have to put your phone away. Because I caught myself a couple times opening up the Pokemon game to check to see if I have a pack to open. Because I didn't consider that to be the game. The game was battling. So there was a a little bit of that because you can only open a pack like once every 12 hours or something. But it was really really positive, and I'm excited for today.
Yeah, so am I. Well, that gives me some hope then. That there is some hope for me. So that's good.
And then the rest of the week, I didn't do crap.
Well, it doesn't sound like that it was that big of a deal that you didn't do crap.
I know, but it's still like I would have liked to. I need to do more during the weeks. I need to put my try hard pants on, and I need to fit in time during the weeks to work on my stuff. We are in the same boat on that. Because it's important that it's not just a 1 day a week thing, because I want it to be an every day a week thing. And I don't want it to, it doesn't have to be illustration. And I need to get that out of my, like, I think instead of saying, oh, I need to be working on art, which art translates into work on illustration, it's I need to work on art. I need to just draw or whatever I'm feeling artistically. It doesn't have to be drawing. It doesn't have to be the illustration. Whatever I'm feeling like artistically is where my brain needs to go. So that way it's not, if you're doing art, you have to be working in illustration, which will burn you out. It's, if you want working on art, just, pick up a pen and start drawing. That type of thing. Because I think it's important that art is still fun and whimsical, and there's exploration, and it's, because I haven't done a lot of like other drawing. It's been very sparse. So I want to include that more. I have been, and something that I don't know how it would work for you, but I have been putting up Twitch people doing art on my monitor, and that's helped me wanting to draw. I'm like, oh, look what they're making. And I'm like, I want to make stuff. Using that jealousy approach that got me into traditional art in the first place.
Well, I haven't been in my computer room unless Heather's like,
You want
we can
Dinkum?
do a few days of Dinkum. Okay. Then I'll
You're
go in
like,
the
Dink,
computer
yeah.
room. And, other than that, I haven't been in here. We've just been living life. And I have to admit, it's been kind of nice, So,
Okay. So I do want to touch on that because I think it is a good thing to talk about. Now, I think you should really consider reevaluating and seeing if this is something you want to do. And I do want to preface that with, if you do want to do it, you still have to do these weekly check-ins. Because I don't think the stream gets in the way of anything, and it only helps. Like these podcast episodes are the only reason why we still keep doing things. It's the only reason why we are as successful as we are. I mean, think of our, and I'm not saying it in a, oh, woe is us if we stop. It's, think of our, like, consistency. There's no matching this consistency as far as productivity goes. And so if you want to still like pursue something productive and something you need to work on, which if you don't, that's totally fine. But if you do, I don't think dropping the weekly episode is worth it.
Yeah, I mean, when you consider the consistency, I mean, I haven't decided to stop.
Yeah. And I don't,
So,
I just want to throw out information.
so if
Right.
this is just one of those little road bumps along the way, then doing these, ultimately the check-in each week is definitely worth it.
Yeah.
So, and I can't give up until I've had at least one stinking week where it works out for me. So,
Let's have a good week then.
And I even asked Heather yesterday. I'm like, do we have anything planned for Wednesday and Thursday? No appointments, no doctor's offices, no nothing. He's like, yeah, no, as far as I know, we got nothing. And so that is what I have to look forward to this week. So we'll see.
Yeah.
See what can happen. If I have to sit there for 2 hours and retype my stinking thing with some blurry paper that half printed.
So
Anyway, yeah.
yeah, so something I want to get in the back of the habit of, and it's something we touch on a little bit, is kind of our goals for the week. I like the big sigh. You seem defeated, James.
But you always seem to bring up these goals at the wrong times for me. Such as, I'm just trying to get myself from not quitting. And it's like, oh, we gotta have all these goals. It's like,
Okay. Well,
no, we
the
don't.
One of the
I
reasons
just need to not quit this week.
One of the reasons I mentioned it is because you said you needed to have a good week. And
Yeah,
so
a good week means if I have the whole day to be bored and think about being things as a writer, and if I can basically have that on my Thursday, it's going to be a good week, regardless. Okay. That's what I want. I want a day. I want a day to be in that life and myself and see how all these theorized things work out. Theoretically, it worked. You know, it actually has some proof to it now, since you've had a day where you did it and it was helpful.
Yeah.
So all this crap that I've been spewing for so long sounds like it has some meat to it. So okay, I want to experience that now. You know. Dang it.
Okay. Well, I think a good goal might be having at least one day where you do it.
Yes. Well, I don't have a lot of full days to try. It's Thursday. That's it.
And that's fine.
So
even if you get a random appointment on Thursday too, like you can still do it. I mean, I have these on Mondays.
Yeah. I mean, if
I
it
don't
was
have
like
the
7 o'clock in the morning appointment, that's a little different. But maybe
Yeah.
not. Maybe not so much. I don't know. In my weakness, I need a full day where nothing is stopping me.
I don't know if that how realistic that is, James. And you shouldn't throw out a
It's gonna
day.
be realistic this Thursday, so I'm gonna go with that.
Okay. All right.
And then after I have that, maybe I will allow for a possibility of something to interfere with it. But not the first dang week, man. First week, I need perfection in my schedule.
I see. All right. Well, then we will.
So, what about
see how
your goals, Joe? If you want to throw out goals, what are your goals?
My goals, James with 3 Z's, if that is your real name, are to redefine the word art to include illustrations and whatever else is I want to work on, not just illustration.
Yeah.
And I want to be doing it again on the daily. I want to be arting on the daily. I want this to be a natural thing. I now have 2 notebooks on my desk, and it makes me very happy. I've slowly started drawing in the bigger notebook now. I don't know why I've transitioned from smaller notebook to bigger notebook, but it's become a thing. I wonder if I think I like the paper more. Maybe that's it. It's like a thicker watercolor paper. It's worth every penny. I don't care if I'm just doodling on it. It's worth it to me if I'm drawing. That's my goals for the week, is redefining art, working on art, and then just doing it daily.
Spreading it out into more time slots.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Nice. Yeah. I hope it works out.
Yeah.
For me, I don't know.
Hope so too.
I don't know how much spreading I'm going to be doing anymore. And if I have one good day and it actually works out and I'm able to get a lot done, I don't know if I'm going to spread it out because I do have a lot of work to do. I mean, not to say I'm a bad husband or anything, but I could be better if I had more, thought into all these things. And so I don't know. I don't know how much I'm going to be spreading, but I guess after Thursday I'll know how much I want to do. Or at least have a better idea. Because I have been enjoying just living life, and
there's a lot of life to live, and it's very good.
So, and I don't know, maybe I can become so efficient on my one day that I don't need to spread it out and I can just work on family and life the rest of I don't know.
I mean, if I could do an illustration a week on my one day off, I would be satisfied with that.
Yeah.
I'd be perfectly happy with that. So,
other than that, I think we have one more pressing issue that we need to discuss. Mm-hmm. Something that's been looming on my heart for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say, I think everyone knows what this is. The fact that we don't have a theme song. for our opening.
That is very true. I can start singing something for us.
No. That was the reverse effect. No, that's going to drive them away.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe you are a siren,
La la la.
and people are just
La la la.
mesmerized by
Are
your
you
la la
mesmerized, James?
la's.
Let me try. La la la. La la la. La la la. Oh, it's working. It's la la la. La 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 la. Oh my gosh. Freaking got him.
Hold on, I need to get wax and paper. There. Gotta- Well, as tantalizing auditory stimulation as that was, I think maybe we should think about having some kind of little, upbeat
I
little
actually got
jingle
music.
thing going on.
I got music
know.
specifically for this.
Oh, great. Well, anyway, I'd like to listen to it off this.
Yeah.
And we'll see what we can do.
Sounds good.
Some kind of little opening or something.
Yeah.
Anyway. Anything else we need to chit-chatty about this week?
Not that I can think of, but I have goals moving forward.
Nice.
You've got goals moving forward, which is your day getting bored. Get bored, James. Maybe that'll be your new slogan. Just get bored. That's how you paint Michelangelo.
He was really bored.
You're just bored. Yeah.
As
turtles
I'm
get
sick
in
of
this
staring out the ceiling of this cathedral and thinking about what I could paint up there.
Yeah. This chapel is boring as hell.
It's like, man. And he's like, oh, it's fine. I need it. He finally just did
He's
it.
like, you know what? Give me a ladder. I got an idea.
Right. Some really crappy, like, what are those things? I want to say scalpel. Scaffolds.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they are. Anyway. That was before OSHA, too, so I don't know what his scaffolds were like, but anyway.
Right.
Probably not great. All
Alrighty
right,
then.
there's hope.
There's hope.
There's hope.
And if you don't see
And
us
there's
next
hope
week,
for you out there, too.
if you don't see us
people.
next week, you know why.
You know why.
All right. Have you guys yourselves a good week. Remember to get bored, stay bored, and do things with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, bye.
Bye.